Howdy, hi, and hello everyone. Welcome back to Noah's Nest. Yes, we have finally fully moved in. Sorry about not posting last week. It was my wonderful girlfriend's birthday, and we did a bunch of stuff from shopping and doing things together and actually spending time with one another after dealing with moving in for how long. I am very sorry about skipping last week, but I'm back. I can finally start recording again. And once and for all, well, finally, I can say, welcome back to Noah's Nest. If you don't know what Noah's Nest is, first of all, hi, I'm Noah. And in this show, I will do a couple different things. Simple things that can range from talking about TTRPGs that I have finally gotten and have finally read. Talk about topics that interest me that could range from TTRPGs to all kinds of fantasy. I miss this. I really miss doing Noah's Nest. I have been told by a couple different people that this helps them sleep, and I'll take that. If this is interesting enough or helps you soothe the way to sleep or something, I don't know. I count that as a win. So if you need this to help you sleep, I'll take it. I'm happy for you. But if you want to learn something or just enjoy my voice in some way, shape, or form, I'll take it too. But today, I am going to be doing a more fun... Oh, geez, I dropped my phone that has everything that I need. I'm going to be doing something that's not really informative, but more fun in my opinion. I'm going to be talking about TTRPG fantasy settings, places, jobs, you might say. Well, I'm saying. So whenever you play these different TTRPGs and you meet the different townsfolk or the different shop owners that have either been here for so long or have had such a deep backstory, or like these really small places that are somehow being able to keep afloat. Some of these jobs just don't make sense. They really don't. So I have searched through the internet and thought of some and done some research, only some. And I'm gonna go through some pretty much NPCs where their jobs kind of just make no sense in this scenario. Now, don't get me wrong, some of them are actually very well put together and DMs do very well at it. But sometimes when you're just kind of throwing stuff together, it doesn't really make sense, but it makes enough sense for your players to get in, meet them, get out, and you'll never see them again. So, first of all, we'll do something easy. The village blacksmith. Almost every tiny village or small little tribe has one. They always happen to have something ready to be forged, like maybe swords, armors, horseshoe armor, or sometimes even full plate. But who's paying them? Armors can be very, very expensive in certain games. Like, extremely expensive. And based off in these different villages or tribes, peasants don't really have that kind of support of a one-of-a-kind metal work. Like they might only have enough for 2 copper pieces to rub together, but they don't have 30 gold for a new sword or 17 platinum for a full set of armor. Like the ones that live in cities, yeah, that makes a lot more sense, but if you're going to a village, you're making nails. You're making like farming tools. You're not going to be making these full sets. But hey, we're in fantasy realm. They're your go-to gear. Maybe they've trained enough where they can make swords, or they have that one sword blueprint that they've been waiting to be used by a new adventurer. Who knows? Next, the mysterious innkeeper in almost a completely deserted roadside tavern. Now, these people are almost always cheerful to see new people, always well stocked, and pretty much unbothered if you're their first guest in like the first month, in their last month or 2 or whatever. But, how is this place staying afloat? How is this thing still alive? Like, there's no farms, there's no supply wagons, no customers. It is pretty much full of all these different ales, food, rum, all of this nice plywood, like all of this stuff. But if it's your first customer in weeks, months, even years, come on. That doesn't make any sense. Unless you can use this if you want. Unless you are allowing, this tavern is filthy rich, and they're just there to do it for fun, see new adventures, and just survive, see what's new out in the world. But other than that, if you are just doing a normal tavern keep, a normal tavern owner, it's one of the classic tropes that it's almost perfect for fantasy. But real world logistics, it doesn't make any sense. But having that nice tavern in the middle of nowhere to just make sure that we're able to sleep and have a good meal, I'm not complaining about it. Next, you meet someone who proudly says that they are this blank hunter, they are this dragon hunter, they are a beholder hunter, or whatever is important to your own world. And you might think, holy shit, that's cool, we could use you for this adventure. But maybe part of the story is like, dragons haven't been seen in 5,000 years, or these creatures have gone into hiding and no one has really seen them for so long. What are these hunters doing if these creatures have been missing or not been around? If these creatures are around and everything, yeah, sure, makes total sense. They hunt them, they do whatever, blah blah blah. But what if emphasis on the if, the scenarios where they haven't been around for blank many years, preferably longer than like 5. What are they doing? Are they just waiting there? Are they just twiddling their thumbs, waiting for the sun to rise and set, waiting to see a dragon fly through the moon or across it? Like, what are they doing in the meantime? Are they like freelancing? Are they like snake charmers? Do they like paint or something? Like, sometimes it doesn't really make any form of sense. Emphasis on this episode, none of this makes any sense. But will we give that up to have fun? No, fuck you, no. I want to see these dragon hunters that haven't seen a dragon in 500 years saying, like, yeah, I killed one just last week. Bullshit, show me. I'm going to have a blast with this guy. Next, we got alchemists. Now, alchemists are very, very useful in these types of games. You need potions. You need things that can help you heal or just survive out in the wilderness. What about the village alchemist? Same thing with the village blacksmith. Who the fuck is paying these people? Who is paying this alchemist to make the potions? Like, yeah, who's buying them? In a more... I know we're going off the path a little bit, but in a more realistic world or more fantasy, who's paying these people that to be in a village to sell potions or fucking swords, horses? Maybe horses I can understand, but like blacksmith, tailors. What the fuck are we talking about here? Sorry. Will I get rid of it in my own story? No. I'm bringing in the village idiot, village alchemist, blacksmith, tailor. I'm bringing in all of them to be like, hey, here's some new clothes, armor and shit. You're gonna pay for his whole year's rent. Thank you. As I already said before, the next one is tailors, where if you've seen Critical Role many times, so many people have seen Critical Role, and if you haven't, you might have seen like best moments or something of the sort, or the one-shots that they have done, or if you just know of them. They have done a couple of quote-unquote specials or just side events where they go to these different tailors to make all of these different uniforms, tuxes, dresses, and all of these spectacular outfits. How the fuck are they turning these armor, like these magical armor sets? You could give them full-on armor sets and be like, hey, turn this into a dress. How the fuck are they gonna take metal, full-plated metal, put it onto a dress, and say, yep, you get the same exact benefits? Oh my god, that makes no sense. They're goddamn tailors. They're not magician weavers. They're not wizards. Unless it's part of their backstory and it could be kind of cool. What? Once again, am I going to give this up? No, go fuck yourself. I'm keeping this in my own stories. This man is still chopping down the tree at 7:30. Goddamn. Here's another one. Scroll scribes. Now, a lot of different TTRPG stories and campaigns have come across scrolls that has been imbued with magic, and all of these different scribes on these temples and librarian books and walls and ancient scripts and everything. How many people are making these fucking scrolls? Not all stories have them all over the place, but the ones that I have been in, or the ones that I have played, they're fucking everywhere. Like, all of these different scriptures and old ancient writing on these walls, and a bunch of different scrolls that they have made countless and countless times. Is this like a full-time job? Because, like, in the book, it's like you can create a scroll in like 4 hours. Are they just working day and night there, or are they just doing a part-time thing? Like, are they burnt out? Are they just gonna just keep going until they die? Like, having the idea of a scribe union where all of them are either demanding better parchment papers or more breaks or whatever, where working in this type of factory or working with these kinds of people where it's just constant, all right, you gotta keep making these scrolls. Next one, you're doing gust of wind. Do that for 17 hours. Have fun. What do you mean? Give me like fireball. Give me prismatic hand, or fucking, I don't care. Don't give me gust of wind for 17 hours. Are people just gonna find gust of wind anywhere? And also, who is picking up a scroll of gust of wind? Please tell me this. Tell me in the comments, tell me somewhere, who is picking up a gust of wind and it almost being useful. Because most of the time, I've laid scrolls out before, and they have never been used. They were never used. We've had wizards in stories that I've done. Never used them. Never touched them. Tell me who's using Gust of Wind. Thank you. Let me know in the comments. Now, after doing all this ranting, firstly, this is all for fun. This is all jokes. I'm going to use all of these in my own stories anyway. I just wanted to bring that up to more people because sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Sometimes you DMs can actually do a lot with your prep work. We're making all of these different cities and towns and villages and tribes and everything else meld together and make sense. Sometimes we gotta go on the fly and it's fine. Sometimes we gotta do that to make things keep moving or just to have fun, because we don't really need to worry about this fucking village. This one bakery man in this village that just wants to make bakery pastries does not want to join you on this godforsaken adventure. He wants to stay home, make his baked goods, stay with his significant other, and enjoy his life. I'm just saying. Sorry. Anyway, I bring this up because it's not meant to dive a lot deeper into it. It is more just, what do we actually love about the world? We love the magic and the mystery and pretty much the sense of anything. Even finding that lonely inn by itself, or an amazing potion seller that lives in a random village. It could easily lead to something bigger. They are bookmarks that you could think of. From their story opportunities. They can remind us of the portions that we have been to. And easily you can bring back those NPCs to be like, oh, I remember him. He lived in this village and he gave us like a massively good deal. And now he's like one of the most important people in this new city. And we were there to see him at his very beginning and now to where he is now. Or she, or whoever. So even if none of this makes any sense, if none of the economics work, where people are somehow still living strong in these random towns, villages, whatever, it doesn't matter. Playing the story and finding ways to make everything more connected is much more rewarding than needing it to be completely perfect and economically sound. So, the next time you might walk into a tavern or see a random potion cart off the side of the road, or waiting to feast upon a massive array of food in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and then the dragon weavers and the scribes and alchemists, it might not make sense, but they make the world feel more fun and alive. And that's all I have for this episode. Yes, I know it's a bit weird. I haven't done this in a bit. It's been almost a whole entire month, if not it has been. But I really did enjoy this episode. I hope you all enjoyed this too. Either this helped you sleep, or you thought this was funny. Sorry, that was my cat. She was trying to lick an outlet. Anyway, thank you all for listening. If you want to listen to this or anything else that we have done in the past, you can check out everything from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts at Creatures and Cantrips. You can also check out our social media at Creatures and Cantrips on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, and so much more. If you like this, or if you have any other ideas of what we should do or I do, let us know in the comments on our YouTube or at the bottom of our Spotify. It really doesn't matter. It all helps us. It really does help us grow. And I am extremely thankful for you all staying and deciding to join us on our journey. And the very last thing I will say before I come back next week is see you, love you, miss you. Bye, guys.